Hello, welcome back to the Geography Facts channel. Just checking, have you subscribed yet? No. Still? Please subscribe now.
Here are 10 geography facts that often confuse people. 1. Africa is not a country. Despite a common misconception, Africa is a continent with 54 countries. Many people believe that Africa is a single country. That's not truth. Africa is a vast and diverse continent made up of 54 different countries. Algeria sits at the top of the list with an area of 281,741 square kilometers. This misconception often oversimplifies due to the rich tapestry of cultures, languages, and landscapes found within its borders. Africa is the second largest continent, both in terms of land area and population, covering approximately 30.37 million square kilometers and home to over 1.4 billion people. Each African country has its own unique identity, history, and traditions. For example, Egypt is located on the northeast corner of the African continent, known for its ancient pyramids and rich history, while South Africa blend of modern cities and stunning natural landscapes. Countries like Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, and Morocco are just a few examples of the diversity within the continent. Moreover, Africa is incredibly diverse, with over 2,000 languages spoken, including Swahili, Arabic, Yoruba, and Zulu. Economically, some African nations are rich in natural resources like gold, oil, and diamonds, while others have thriving tourism sectors. Understanding that Africa is a continent, not a single country, helps to appreciate its complexity and richness. It is essential to recognize and respect its diversity rather than generalize or reduce it to a single entity. 2. Iceland isn't covered in ice. Iceland is known for its lush green landscapes, while Greenland is largely covered in ice. Many people assume that Iceland is entirely covered in ice, likely due to its name, but that couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, Iceland has about 10% to 14% of its surface area covered in glaciers, and Greenland has 80%, so both countries are a bit icy and a bit green. Iceland is known for its diverse and stunning landscapes, ranging from lush green valleys and hot springs to black sand beaches and majestic waterfalls. While it's true that Iceland has several glaciers, like the famous Vatnajökull and Langjökull, these ice caps cover only a portion of the island. The majority of Iceland's land is free of ice. In summer, the countryside is filled with wildflowers, and the rolling hills become a deep green, making it a paradise for hikers and nature enthusiasts. The misconception about Iceland being an icy wasteland might also be influenced by its historic association with harsh Viking expeditions. Interestingly, Iceland's neighbor, Greenland, is much more ice-covered than Iceland, despite its misleading name. So, while Iceland might sound cold, it's actually a place full of natural beauty, geothermal activity, and rich biodiversity waiting to be explored. 3. The capital of Australia is not Sydney or Melbourne. Despite popular belief, Canberra is the capital city of Australia. Many people believe that Sydney or Melbourne is the capital of Australia due to their size and global recognition. However, the capital of Australia is Canberra. Canberra, situated in the Australian Capital Territory, was designed by American architect Walter Burley Griffin and his wife, Marion Mahoney Griffin, following an international design competition. Construction began in 1913, and the city officially became the seat of government in 1927. Canberra is known for its meticulously planned layout, expansive green spaces, and iconic landmarks such as Parliament House, the Australian War Memorial, and the National Gallery of Australia. Canberra serves as the administrative and political heart of Australia. Its status as the capital reflects the country's commitment to neutrality and balance, ensuring that no single city would dominate the nation's political landscape. This choice remains an essential aspect of Australia's identity. 4. Australia is the only country that's also a continent. Australia is both a country and a continent, unlike other large countries like Canada or Russia, which are part of a continent but not the continent itself. Australia is unique in the world because it is country and an entire continent. Unlike other continents that are divided into multiple nations, Australia stands alone, occupying the entire landmass of its continent. This geographical fact makes it one of the most intriguing places on Earth. Spanning an area of about 7.7 million square kilometers, Australia is the smallest of the 7 continents but the 6th largest country globally. Think of animals like kangaroos, koalas, and platypuses, all unique to the Australian continent. The population is relatively sparse, concentrated mainly in coastal cities like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. The continent-country combination also means that Australia enjoys sovereignty over all its land, making it an independent nation with its own government, culture, and economy. This dual identity as both a country and a continent truly sets Australia apart on the global stage, making it one of a kind. 5. The United Kingdom is not the same as Great Britain. The UK includes England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, while Great Britain includes just England, Scotland, and Wales. The United Kingdom is a sovereign country made up of 4 nations, including England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The full official name is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. It includes all of Great Britain, as well as Northern Ireland, which occupies the northeastern part of the island of Ireland. We've created another video with a complete explanation. Please refer to the description section for more details. On the other hand, Great Britain is a geographical term that refers only to the largest island in the British Isles, which includes 3 countries, England, Scotland, and Wales. Importantly, it does not include Northern Ireland. This means that while all of Great Britain is part of the United Kingdom, not all of the United Kingdom is part of Great Britain. The term Britain is often used informally to refer to the entire United Kingdom, but this can be misleading since it excludes Northern Ireland. 6. You can't see the Great Wall of China from space. Contrary to popular belief, the Great Wall is not visible to the naked eye from space without magnification. One of the most persistent is the belief that the Great Wall of China is visible to the naked eye from space. This has been repeated for generations, but it isn't entirely accurate. The misconception likely arose due to the Great Wall's immense length, over 13,000 miles, leading people to assume that such a colossal structure would be discernible from orbit. However, in reality, seeing the Great Wall from space without aid is nearly impossible. From low Earth orbit, at a distance of about 200 miles, astronauts can see cities, large roads, and airport runways. The Great Wall is relatively narrow and constructed from materials that blend in with the natural terrain, making it difficult to spot with the human eye. NASA's official stance supports this, pointing out that even under perfect conditions, it's difficult to identify without magnification. 7. India and China do not share the world's longest border. The border between China and India is not the longest. That distinction belongs to the Canada-US border. The boundary between these China and India spans approximately 3,488 kilometers, making it one of the longest, but not the longest in the world. The title of the longest international border belongs to Canada and the United States, stretching an impressive 8,191 kilometers. The India-China border has been a region marked by historical complexities, with both nations asserting territorial claims. This region, known as, lacks clear demarcation, often leading to disagreements on where the true boundary lies. By contrast, the Canada-US border has been largely peaceful and cooperative, featuring a more defined and accepted line, running from the Atlantic to the Pacific, and even through the Great Lakes. 8. The Caspian Sea is the largest lake, not a sea. Despite its name, the Caspian Sea is actually the world's largest enclosed saltwater lake. The Caspian Sea, often misunderstood as a sea due to its vast expanse and historical significance, is actually the largest lake on Earth. This immense body of water spans 5 countries: Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Iran, and Azerbaijan, covering an impressive area of about 371,000 square kilometers. Despite its name, the Caspian Sea fits the definition of a lake. A lake is a body of water enclosed by land, without any direct outlet to the world's oceans. The Caspian Sea's size and depth further contribute to its misclassification. It is deeper and more extensive than most lakes, with depths exceeding 1,000 meters in certain areas. Its enormity supports a diverse ecosystem and holds substantial economic value, particularly for its rich oil and natural gas reserves. 9. Antarctica is a deserta. Antarctic Desert is the world's largest cold desert. The Antarctic Desert, often overlooked when considering the world's largest deserts, is indeed the largest desert on Earth. Spanning approximately 14 million square kilometers, it dwarfs more familiar hot deserts like the Sahara. Unlike typical deserts characterized by sand dunes and high temperatures, the Antarctic Desert is a cold desert dominated by ice, snow, and frigid temperatures. Deserts are defined not by their heat, but by their arid conditions. The Antarctic receives minimal precipitation, averaging only about 50 millimeters annually, primarily in the form of snow. This extreme dryness, combined with sub-zero temperatures, creates an environment where few forms of life can survive. Despite these harsh conditions, some resilient organisms, including specific types of algae, bacteria, and hardy penguin species. The Antarctic Desert plays a crucial role to the ecosystem, leading to ice melt and altered weather patterns. 10. The Amazon River is not the longest. While often mistaken as the longest, the Nile River holds that title, although the Amazon is the largest by volume. Amazon River is renowned for its vast size and significant role in the world's ecosystem. It is not technically the longest river on Earth. That title belongs to the Nile River, which stretches for approximately 6,650 kilometers across northeastern Africa, traversing countries like Uganda, Sudan, and Egypt before emptying into the Mediterranean Sea. In comparison, the Amazon River measures around 6,400 kilometers, making it slightly shorter than the Nile. However, the Amazon holds largest river by discharge volume, far surpassing any other river. It releases an astonishing 209,000 cubic meters of water per second into the Atlantic Ocean, contributing nearly 20% of the world's total river discharge. The debate over the Amazon's length has persisted due to challenges in pinpointing its true source. Various explorations and studies have led to differing measurements, but the Nile consistently holds the longest record. Despite not being the longest, the Amazon's unparalleled biodiversity and sheer size make it a crucial artery of life for the planet.
If you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel